Well, welcome back into the Mid-Norfolk garden, and we're going to be showing you how to cut back and when to cut back these Agapanthus, which are naturalised in this gravel. You can see they're just about losing the last of their colour, and they're starting to form seeds, which if you were to leave them would actually form some fertile seed. But Agapanthus in this position, we don't really want to seed further into the gravel. We grow it as almost like a little hedge planting at the base of this wall, west facing. You can see the effect of the heavy rain we've had overnight on the way these old flower heads have just fallen forward now, and they're starting to look a little untidy, and we're going to get trampled on. So Kate's going to show you how to cut these back, and then we're going to give these plants a really nice feed, try and get them into some really nice condition for a good set of flowers next season.
Right, okay, so I'm going to deadhead the Agapanthus. They've flowered really well, as you can see this year. Last year we didn't get much flower, but I deadheaded them and I fed them last year, and the result has been fantastic this year. They're also getting a lot more sun this year because we've moved the patio back. They used to be shaded by the umbrella on the patio, but now the umbrella's further back, it's not a problem. So anyway, I'm going to show you what to do. To deadhead them, some people might be tempted to go there. That's actually not correct. I mean, it would work, but you'd be left with these long stems. So what I do to make it tidy up is to take it as low as I can get it and then remove the whole stem. And that will really tidy them up. Leave the leaves alone. You don't need to remove any leaf, but I'm removing all the finished flower, all the spent flower heads. Sometimes I let my Agapanthus seed, but actually they're so easy to propagate from division that really it doesn't seem worth bothering with. And actually, by doing this, what I'll do is I'll strengthen the plants, and we'll get a lot better flowers next year. Whereas if you let them seed, it can weaken the plant, and you may get less flower next year.
Okay, let's continue to cut these back, and as you see, made a really nice job of it. Just look how tidy that lovely green foliage now looks, without all these rather sad looking flowers coming forward and falling onto the gravel. So we're going to continue along here, going to cut the rest out. We've actually managed, I don't know if you can see this, but growing above this is the lovely long black wisteria, and look what happens when it touches down onto this gravel. You can see the roots coming away from that stem, and we can either bury that into a pot and leave it connected to the parent plant, but I think there's sufficient root on that if we cut this hard back, we can actually pot that straight up, and you've got a ready rooted cutting off this rather wonderful wisteria. So that's got to come out anyway. We'll probably take it out now and pot that up.
Yeah, I'll just cut it back to where it's rooted.
Cut it back to where the roots are coming out. You'll probably cut back quite a bit of the green growth on there as well. So that I would say just one leaf.
Okay.
That's what I've done in the past, and then pot that up so it's upright, and a little bit of diversion there, getting a free wisteria plant.
We have a baby wisteria.
Cutting the rest of these flowers back, I'll go and pot that on, and we'll come back and have a look at the end job. So I've nipped round the corner and I've potted the wisteria rooty cutting on. Here it is. Nothing to look at this year, but if you're patient with that, I did exactly the same with a very similar cutting last year, and this is the resultant young wisteria plant ready for planting out. It shot away nicely, and next year that will really get away. And a similar technique that I've done when I was talking about layering them, this is what we've done in this pot here, and just look at the vigorous growth that we've got coming away from this, probably 4 or 5 feet of growth coming away, and that's because this is still attached to the parent plant here. But I should have some good roots. Nothing coming out the bottom yet, but I'm pretty confident that will have rooted in, looking at the strength of this cutting. So a good time now to cut that off and take it into a nice shelter position for storing over winter, ready for planting out next year. Now just look at the Agapanthus, all now cut back to its lovely green hedge-like appearance along the base of this wall. And the foliage is part of the joy of growing these. They come up and give us this really attractive green base to what is otherwise pretty scrappy looking bit of wall, where the old I think it's Elizabethan base of this cottage with the narrow bricks is, but it's not a thing of beauty, to be honest with you. So we're going to feed them now. What have you got in your watering can, Kate?
I've made up a liquid feed with liquid seaweed feed. This is a feed that I recently had recommended to me. I've never used it before until this year. I bought it at our local garden centre and it was recommended by my neighbour Hayley. Thank you, Hayley.
So far, you're very
And
impressed
so
with the
far,
results,
I
aren't
am
you?
so impressed with this stuff. I've used liquid feeds before, but this is one of my favourites. Everything that I've fed with this has just done so well.
And quite quickly as well,
And
isn't
very
it?
quick results. I mean, it's just incredible. We were looking at a rose that's been sat next to some pots that I've been feeding, and then there's another rose just down from it, which isn't next to the pots we've been feeding. And the rose that's been getting the feed from the pots, it's just incredible. The flowers are better, it's grown better, so I'm really pleased with this liquid feed.
Yeah, it does seem to put things up very, very quickly, and better than other, certainly chemical-based feeds. So that's been put onto the Agapanthus over the foliage. It's not going to really absorb much through the foliage, is it? It's going to trickle down to the
I have
roots.
a feeling it says
Do you think
it
it's a
can
foliar
absorb
feed?
it. I think it may be as well, but
Not
yes.
certain on that. If you know, do let us know in comments. Anyway, hopefully those Agapanthus are really going to put some further growth on to the end of the season. We don't take the green leaves off now until they're completely shriveled and dried up later in late autumn, early winter.
Winter,
really, isn't
probably,
it?
yes, because
Yeah,
we have
until
very
we
mild
tidy up.
winters here.
And then hopefully we'll get a lovely crop of those dark blue Agapanthus flowers here next year. So thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, found it useful, any of the tips useful, then please do hit the like button and the subscribe button.
If you've got any questions, just pop them in comments. I'm happy to answer them.
Thanks
Thank
for
you for watching.
Bye.